All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I'm going to begin by giving all glory and praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
All right, double honor to our beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And shalom to all the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. All right, so brothers from the GMS Columbus, Ohio branch, coming back again with another camp through the Spirit. All right, I'm going to give you some more of it like they say in Chicago. All right. And through the Spirit, thinking about a few things, all right, this afternoon, man. And really, one of the key things I've been thinking about is recompense. All right, and, was listening to the Elder Yashawama and the beloved brothers in Zaponium down there, a little bit earlier before camp. And, they had touched on it a little bit through the Spirit, you know what I'm saying? And again, that's something we seek for, all right, it's recompense. All right, that the Lord, avenges us, so to speak. Can we get that word? Look at the word avenge, and they can hold that scripture. We can get that word recompense as well. All right, because ultimately, man, these devils, all right, and all the heathen have to pay for the atrocities they have committed to the nation of Israel. All right. And another thing too, I've been thinking about or meditating on, is a situation with what's his name? What's the older cat? From one West that vocab was with, you remember his name? Is it like God
Oh, yeah. It's like Gad. Yeah, it's like Gad.
He had vocab cut, okay? Because, pretty much in a sense, he was, speaking about, say we aren't the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? Say the so-called black people aren't the Israelites or whatever. All right, would the God of the Bible avenge, the slavery or the captivity that we went through? You know what I'm saying? Like he did the Israelites in Egypt, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. All right. If he's a righteous judge, etc., he will. You see? But Jay got that word real quick.
Just a quick Google search of avenge. It says to avenge means to inflict harm or punishment in return for smack. It says to avenge means to inflict harm or punishment in return for a wrong or injury. Is almost exclusively used as a verb and carries a strong sense of seeking justice.
One more time on that.
Yep.
Beautiful definition.
This is avenge out of This is Google search of the word avenge out the definition. It's to avenge means to inflict harm or punishment in return for a wrong or injury. It is also exclusively used as a verb and carries a strong sense of seeking justice.
Right. It said to avenge harm or punishment. All right. In the sense of you seeking justice. Right. So the shit that happened to us, all right, in our hardcore slavery has to be avenged, man. Plain and simple. All right. No matter what, vocab say or anybody else, we ain't going for forgiving, forgetting all that. No, it's like the scripture speak about the Lord. It's a just God. Can Jake get that real quick? What you got?
Recompense.
Okay,
I got more on that word real quick. It's on El-Maji. He says, vindicate by inflicting pain or evil on the wrongdoer. And then that's pretty much the point. But that's just good. That's a good point because it says, you're going to revenge on the wrongdoer. It's just not going to be just beating some randomized person ass for nothing. It's for a reason. It's right. It's righteous.
That's because it's funny you just said that avenge and revenge is kind of synonymous almost, but there's a strong distinction because revenge is that what you just said. No, we just not no Jake that just no we want to avenge, man. So revenge is usually now referring to the retaliation or harm inflicted out of personal resentment or spite for wrong done to yourself, which, like I said, is very synonymous, but you got to understand that distinction. All right, we not just some disgruntled Jake, man. We actually we got a reason to put a foot up your fucking ass, man.
Jake, the Most High is a just God. All right. Yeah, because like you brought up the word justice. Can we get that word too? All right. The Lord, all right, is a just God. Okay. And true justice, will be that the Lord recompenses us, or to recompense, our enemies for the things that they have done unto us, man. All right?
Isaiah 45. It's Isaiah 45 in verse 21. It says, "Tell ye and bring them near, yea, let them take counsel together, who have declared this from ancient time, who have told it from that time. Have not I Yahweh, and there is no power else beside me, a just power and a savior, there is none beside me."
Beautiful. A just God and a Savior, there is none beside me. All right, so the Lord is just. All right, and He will perform, justice, for His people, for the atrocities and things that the heathens, etc., have committed on us, man. He will recompense us. He will avenge us. All right, He will inflict harm and punishment on those who inflicted harm and punishment upon us, man.
And that's
Plain
just.
and simple. That's just, right? All right. And can we get that too? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, Lord willing. Get that real quick, okay? Because again, if you cause harm and punishment on the person, you deserve that harm and punishment back, man. Plain and simple.
I got that definition for you.
Which one?
Justice.
Okay, go bring it up.
Out of Google search, justice definition out of the Bible. In the Bible, justice is fundamentally about acting in alignment with the Most High's character by establishing fairness, protecting the vulnerable and making wrongs right.
What did it say? Fairness?
Yeah.
Right. So that's fair, right? You had us in captivity, we're going to have you in captivity. Plain and simple. All right. Again, if the God of the Bible is a just God, all right, it's only right that He puts those in captivity that had us in captivity. And we could get that in Revelation 13. Yep. You got it. You want water?
Oh yeah.
Whatever Jay got. What you got? So you bring it out.
Obadiah 1 and 10, it says, "For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever."
Start up with the verse, yeah. Shit, you start at the top, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, huh? Obadiah 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and an ambassador is sent amongst the heathen. Arise, ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Concerning the Edomites, man. All right, go ahead.
Behold,
Which we know biblically, all right, or in this day and age, are the so-called white race, if you will. All right, they stem from Esau, Edom. All right, because again, all nations on the planet have a biblical nationality. You see, all these different social constructs that this Edomite, this devil came up with, Chinese and all that shit. All right, ultimately, all those nations, or all the 18 nations, okay, that are on the planet, go back to the scriptures, man. Or they have a biblical nationality. You got it?
verse 2, it says, Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Right, and this Edomite is despised. Despised like a motherfucker, man. Excuse my French. All right, nobody likes Edom, okay? Once upon a time, everyone liked this devil. I wanted to be like this devil. Wanted to look like John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Be with white women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jake still did with white women and all that, but Jake always had thoughts like, damn, in the sense like, damn, I wish I was white. Not that you wish you were white in color or skin, but you had it like a so-called white person.
One of the blue eyes and shit.
Yeah.
Thought that was
like Cali
attractive.
Muscle, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How the fuck you black as hell with blue eyes? You thought you was lame? You got
That
it.
shit bugged out. I remember watching that show, Prison Break. And I remember I wanted to have blue eyes. I think they had blue eyes or whatever fuck color they had. I remember as a kid literally thinking that. You know what I'm saying? And that, so look at Jake, the blonde hair, Drewski, blonde in his hair. They just going after their oppression.
You got it.
Verse 3, it says, The pride of thy heart have deceived thee,
Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock,
Right. Pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock. All right. You
whose
got it.
habitations is high,
Yep. Which, prior to being in America, he dwelt in the land of Seir. All right. A rocky, mountainous terrain where the Edomites dwelt. Okay. And now he mimics it, doing his infrastructure today. Skyscrapers, brick and mortar buildings, so on and so forth. He builds them high. But really in the ancient world, you build out. All right. You didn't build high. You got it.
That's the spirit. His truck says Duke. You know what I'm saying? And Duke said Edom. You know what I'm saying? That shows you that that's the spirit. Everybody wanted to be that spirit too. But and that's crazy too, because now, he's trying to what's it called? Reamp that spirit back in the earth. You know what I'm saying? When Trump got the little crowd niggas behind him and shit. But that shit dying, people are starting to forsake his image. Like nobody really likes the image no more,
UFC at the White House and shit, trying to revamp America. But hey, America's not gonna be revamped. You got it, bro.
it says that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got your satellites, so on and so forth. All right, surveilling the people. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. He exalts himself like the eagle. All right, sets himself on high. What is that?
Oh, they flipped this off.
They flipped this off.
They gave us she had a signal or something.
Motherfucker's crazy. You got it, bro.
Verse 5, it says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Right. Go ahead, bro.
It says, if the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yep.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
Yep.
How are his hidden things sought up?
Right, because this devil's being exposed. All his secrets, you know what I'm saying? The shit he's trying to hide, etc., are being brought out, man. All right, via this word, via this truth. See? You got it.
It says, verse 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
And you see all these nations are turning against this devil. Again, as this devil gets exposed more and more, the nations are won out. The deals and the contracts, the philosophies, the wine they have drinking from this whore, man. You got it.
It says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right. You got it. They that eat thy bread have left a wound under thee. See this devil, nourished, all the peoples, so on and so forth. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8, it says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, even destroy the wise men of Edom,
Yep.
and understanding out of the mount of Esau.
And that's what you're seeing. You know what I'm saying? They try to hit you with the IQ shit. They have high IQ, but they're really stupid, man. Smart dummies, Look how you running and governing the earth. You see? So on and so forth. Again, the Lord is destroying the wise men out of Edom. All right?
I got that right there for you. Oh, you finished?
What you got?
Jeremiah 49.
Okay, you can bring it out real quick. This whole thing.
Yeah, I bet.
No, go ahead,
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is the wisdom vanished?
Yep, right. Again, this devil's wisdom is tarnished, man. It's over. You got it, bro. Back in that Obadiah.
Verse 9, it says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed
Right,
to the end.
The upper class of the the Edomites, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. You got it.
It says, to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yep.
It says, for thy violence against thy brother
Right, you know,
Jacob.
the mountain going into their government, man. All right, all those, you know, again, the higher ups, Esau, Edom, so on and so forth, are going to be cut off, man. They're slaughtered. All right, got it.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Right, for thy violence against our brother Jacob, right, it's going right, you know, full circle with the point. Again, of, you know, the Lord avenging us, all right, recompensing us, so on and so forth for all the atrocities, things that were committed on behalf of these Edomites, not only these Edomites, but all the other nations, man. All right, got it.
It says, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
One more time.
Obadiah 1 and 10, it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yep, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Let this madness pass. Right, so we not in that, you know, baloney-faced Christian shit, that forgive and forget shit.
Yeah.
That shit is weak, man. And it's like that shit just vexed the hell out of me to think about it. That shit is weakness, man. You know? Again, these motherfuckers are buck breakers, raped our women, stripped us from our health, okay, took our children. You know, where do you think the term motherfucker comes from? You know what I'm saying? Where they would take, mandingo slaves or whatever, you know, or men that they would use to breed. They literally bred us, like cattle.
Yeah, like cattle.
And a good movie to reference is Goodbye Uncle Tom. Bro, that movie's insane. If you watch that, if you sit and watch that movie as a Christian, so to speak, or as a black man, and don't get some type of disdain or hatred for this Edomite or this white man, then you're fucking gone. All right, you need to burn with them. You see, you need to burn with that devil. All right, because again, bro, the shit that these Edomites, etc., have done, we need to be avenged, man. We need recompense. You niggas gotta pay. You devils gotta pay for that shit, man. All right, again, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Can Jake still got that? Does Jake own that? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, because it's real talk. Like, even like that precept, a Christian ain't even gonna say that. Like, that's a vengeance, man. You know, because we deserve to avenge you, be avenged. Yeah, thwart. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't no shit that, you know, that tomorrow maybe. No, we need that, man. Cause look at our people, man.
Like they say, I need my lick back.
I need my lick back, man.
You know. That's, man, bro. And again, not only that, you know what I'm saying, but again, just think about the small, or not even small, but the minute shit that you would look past. Like, you know how they had Jake's skin, as you know, they would leather Jake's skin, make wallet out of Negro skin. All right, the cushion in a fucking couch would be Negro's hair.
Teeth.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know,
Fossils.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Use Jake teeth as fossils, and even to this day they do this shit. Take our organs. Yeah. I seen a post today, like niggas kill each other just for a white man to steal their organs. Here it is, y'all niggas shoot each other up, bang bang, shoot them up. All right, and once that nigga die, he taking that nigga kidney.
Yeah, one of them Rothschild niggas got their hearts, man.
Yeah, or they probably, you know.
They definitely digging the people up.
Yeah.
They showed that. They digging the people up, taking they, you know what I'm saying, possessions
Put
and
them
they
shits on
organs.
ice.
Oh yeah.
And they show you right in your face too. Even, you know, the other nations. They show you the shit in
I
Squid
got that
Games.
precept for you too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know how, you know, they would play the games and they would do the organ harvesting and all that.
Yeah.
You know, the so-called white man is a fucking devil, man.
Yep.
Plain and simple. This whole race. All right? And again, his track record shows it, man. You see? And again, we need recompense, man. Fuck reparations. We need recompense.
That's right.
All right? Fuck 48 million. That's not shit. You know what I'm saying? No, you need to die like we died. You need to get whipped like we got whipped. Bacon the sun like we got bacon the sun. Get skinned and flayed like we got skinned and flayed. Tie your funky ass up to a horse, whip his ass and watch your body watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine seeing that shit, man. All right?
And the Lord's gonna put that spirit on us to have that spirit. Like right now, you know. But shit, right now at this point, bro, Man, we're gonna see babies
They
get dashed to
without a
stones.
joke, is that where that king was throwing the Edomites off the
Oh, yeah, this Samuel. Let's put Samuel.
Samuel?
Yeah. We gonna be dashing babies against the stone. And if you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans not with it, then off with you too, nigga.
Get the scripture.
I bet.
They got Geronimo Skull still at Yale University.
Something like that.
Oh,
Took his bones.
but Geronimo, he's a northern triber, but he kind of sold out, so to speak. He sold out for Esau, but they pushed him.
That's where War and Peace gets you. See, he sold out to them and he still ended up with a skull in a museum.
Scripture say trust not thine enemy, man. And all you niggas who trust in Esau, Edom, man, y'all gonna find out. That's the spirit, because it's all going full circle. Because like I said, I had a lot of things on my mind. And another thing that was, talked about in the news today was about that black dude. I forget his name. He was hanging with all them Edomites on that boat, and he wound up dead or some shit. He's found dead.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's his name?
Nolan Wells.
Yeah.
Nolan.
You know, because again, niggas try to rub elbows with Esau, be all cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? And here it is, y'all go on the motherfucking, boys trip. Boys, yo, like it's like a juicy skit. You know what I'm saying? You look all stupid and shit. Tight ass, you know what I'm saying? Hoochie daddy shorts with the flip flops and shit.
Yeah, with the polo and
the
shit.
fluorescent, you know what I'm saying? The flower set, button up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Looking dumb as fuck, trying to be, like this fucking Edomite, man. Trying to fit in and blend in. Like Corbin Blue or some shit, man. Like this fucking High School Musical. Ain't y'all been your ass wind up dead.
Matt.
Salaki, that's so real because it made me think of a cousin that we got. And I be seeing them going on little voyages and shit with a bunch of Edomites. And Esau the type to be like, they play cool with you. They your brother, whatever, woo. And then they have you out somewhere and then look at you and be like, you gotta be a sacrifice or some stupid shit. You all done thought shit was cool. You stepping back, oh shit, what you mean? You kill your stupid ass, man. It all be a setup, man, because Esau has a deep-rooted hatred within them. See, they're able to put the base level shit aside. They're able to put a mask over their face so easily. That's how they're able to corrupt the people. That's why they dress the way they dress. They come through with the suit, and it look like they're gonna sell you something good, something that's better than what Jake could give you. The whole time it's something deeper going on behind what they telling and what they showing you.
It's a scam package, man. I mean, like I said, I've known this. I mean, you can see this just in the military. You see the military. They look at you. They all ha goo goo, but they hate your guts, man.
Yeah.
But niggas like, oh, you just run into the trap. Like, oh, wait.
Make sure you're not the only Jake there. You better have some brothers with you.
You gotta have some. You need some backup, man. Some insurance.
He said his father was David's at hand. And I shall slay my brother Jacob.
Jake should get Jacob hold Ezekiel the 35th chapter. It's at Ezekiel 25.
25-14. I got that too.
But hold on, what we at?
I-49.
Huh?
I-49.
Yeah, bring that
Then I got
Let me
some
get
rock.
that. I got it in Leviticus 24 and verse 20. It says, breach for breach, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As he hath caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's in our law. All right? You got to pay. That's even dealing with Jake. You had instances in the law, say y'all were hunting or something, and you wind up, killing one of your fellow men on accident or something. That man would want, life for life. You know what I'm saying? So they had, situations where they set up different, cities where, men who are sought after, so to speak, could dwell. All right. To escape, those who saw vengeance for their loved ones.
Murder. Go to another.
Not murder, but kill.
Sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities.
Says your family member got to get vengeance.
Yeah.
The Redeemer, I forgot how it goes. Yeah, the blood. Damn, how's it go? I forgot. But somebody supposed to redeem.
Avenge death.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm saying? That's in our law. You know, so again, how much more dealing with this Edomite or the other nations, man? You see? But you still got some more that Obadiah? Let's just finish that out and then we
Finish Obadiah?
Right, we can go back.
Oh, that shit ain't nothing. But yeah, but and that shows you, man, because if the Lord doesn't come back and avenge us and get vengeance on the enemy, then it's gonna be an imbalance. You know what I'm saying? A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So to make the thing right, the Lord got to do it. Let us do it to them too in a righteous way. Then it's gonna be balanced to really the whole earth. You know?
You got some more now?
You said finish it out?
Yeah, let's finish it out.
Okay. Obadiah 1 and 11, it says, in that day thou shalt stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them.
Just keep reading. Let's bring through it, huh?
Okay. It says, but thou shouldst not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger.
Yep.
Neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Yep, and that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, we read in Psalms, what's that, 137, you know, raise it.
Yep.
All right, Edomites were in the midst of the Babylonian destruction when they came to besiege us, man. You know, killing us, so on and so forth. And furthermore, what were they doing once we,
Try to get
what
out
were they
of it.
doing when we were trying to get out?
Trying to get out of it. We couldn't pass through their main highway.
Wilderness, man.
Yeah.
You know, they came through and slaughtered the weak, the feeble of us, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. It's like some bitches, man.
And they do that the same day. The Trail of Tears, bro. The Trail of Tears. They do the same thing. All the old and weak and the kids and the feeble were in the back. And you got the strong men, but it was cold, but they did the same thing. They was laughing at them. Niggas, Edomites was dying too. They were relying on Jake just so they can survive that. But you know, it's all prophecy, but it's the same thing, you know?
Kind of, this is spirit real quick, because I was having a small debate with some people about who's the most corrupt nation, so to speak. And I'm just telling them, like, just because you can go to a third world country and they might have kamikaze babies and shit like that, it don't mean that they're more corrupt than America or them small hats or whatever. Because when you think about and you pay attention to the depth of the corruption of this place,
Man.
and how far deep this shit runs, that shit is base level in comparison to this and what they got going on over here, man. This shit just look good on paper. It's not that, man. I'm telling you. Don't get caught up in that little shit, man, because this shit run deep. It's
And that
super
Babylon
deep.
We
one.
have running water. And,
Yeah, man.
yeah, but it's filled with lead.
Yeah.
See,
Fluoride.
it's so much
You know what I'm saying?
deeper. Like, America is killing their people slowly. From the time they born to the time they fucking 40 years old. You dying.
Yeah, how many shots you get when you a baby?
And furthermore, you know, dealing with this devil, he does it with a smile on his face. You know what I'm saying? He does it with a smile on his face. See? He does it as a serpent. He's a serpent. You know?
Yeah.
You know that too. I got
He does
some
it
rock.
real subtly.
Yeah,
Again,
sup-
he paints
yeah.
his image as if America's the place to be. Look how we treat our people. Yeah, we, you know, fairness, and, you know, water, and
Yeah.
you know, essentials, and you know what I'm saying.
God
That
bless
shit.
America and your dollar and
Yeah,
shit.
you know.
You know.
Yeah,
Freedom.
our nation
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
this nation here is set up to fail when shit gets real. They sold you convenience and all this shit. When shit get real, we can't live off the land like these other countries can.
No,
we
bro.
can't take care of ourselves the way that these other countries can do.
No.
So he got us in a trick bag like a motherfucker.
Right.
So if you think they corrupt, they gonna live better than you in the time we coming into, man.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
telling
niggas
you now.
niggas in Africa,
Man.
niggas in Djibouti,
Afghanistan.
Yeah, man.
niggas in Africa and all, you know,
They straight.
living out of mud huts. They can live off their land and shit. Because again, they ain't got nuclear waste
Right.
in their fucking lakes. You know what I'm saying?
Them niggas
Chemical,
be-
you know what I'm saying? Chemical spill and all that spillage all in their waters. You know what I'm saying? Because they use a lot of these lakes, you know, the natural resources, again,
Clean
to fuel
themselves
these
to drink
plants.
water.
You know what I'm saying? And all that shit. And so we can't just go to water and, you know, You know what I'm saying? We got to filter it like 3-4 times, and you know what I'm saying? And, and without the machinery and the right shit to do that with, it's over.
Unless you're at the
You know what I'm
Ozarks.
Facts. Think of how much you people, you damn Americans, you soft ass Americans are gonna suffer in the times to come, man. Because you don't know shit. And that was the point of what America showed you and taught you all these years. You don't know shit. You know math, fucking literature 5 and all that bullshit, calculus. Yeah.
But you know what they...
Yeah, fat nigga like that, man. What's like if
Like a nigga off
yeah, I see.
the
Hey,
weed. That's a weed
no.
He's been different. Thank you. He's been different.
Oh yeah, the nigga off the weed, the black nigga.
Yeah, with the bald head and shit.
All the sports and shit.
Yeah, that nigga was like number 10 or some shit on the sports. He was like the last nigga to beat. You know what I'm saying?
But that shows you a few times in the 1930s, when everything crashed, the system crashed, they didn't know how to survive. Jump back to 2008. All right, the whole system crashed, the market crashed, the housing, crisis. They was blowing them. Esau was blowing their brains out and taking their kids with them. Yeah, jumping off the joint, man.
And real quick, I'm at a point too because like these people look at this place like, oh, it's so beautiful. We got so many opportunities, so many jobs, so much freedom, but it made every individual really selfish. You go to a different country, like certain parts of Africa, Djibouti, Africa and shit, like certain parts, they actually have like a hell of food and they share it together. It's I remember the dude I used to work with. I think he was from Pakistan, I believe. He was one of them nations. And then I took him home one day, and then the other day we were just sitting together, and then he bought his own home cooked meal of food, and then he gave it to me, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to like repay it back to him. He said, nah, this is my culture. If you got food, we gonna share with each other.
That's right.
These American niggas, they got food, they selfish, and then on top of that, they greedy. They got so much food, they throw the shit away. So you just wasting food, and now, so when the shit is the fan, these people, they gonna get so selfish, they gonna actually kill each other. I mean, it's gonna happen in other nations too, but it's gonna be so much worse here, man,
It's like, real quick, that's so insane how all these different businesses and shit, you know how they do inventory and certain shit's about to go bad, they throw away all the food. It's pounds and pounds and pounds of food they throw away. But then the food banks that we do have, that's people coming out their own pocket, donating little shit, this and that. What about these fucking deli meat right here that could be going to all these homeless motherfuckers that walk up and down this strip? All the fucking chicken tenders and shit that get thrown away. Man, this shit is crazy.
That's Babylon the Great for you.
It is. In a nutshell.
Talk about corruption, though, man. Get out of here.
Just speaking about what he just said, I typed in, I know you can get in trouble for going through those dumpsters also. After they throw it away, you get in trouble.
Even when you're collecting rainwater, you can get in trouble.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. It says you can absolutely get in trouble for going through dumpsters for food, primarily because of property and local municipal laws rather than the act of taking the trash itself.
Again, that's why he put a patent on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because now he owns it. You know what I'm saying? What happened? Yeah,
That's the spirit. He looking through trash. Fucking homeless. This is insane.
Again, but once the kingdom of heaven is established, none of these things will happen, bro. Ain't gonna be nobody homeless and hungry and all that, unless we just send a drought through your land and force hunger upon you, plague you with hunger, whatever the case may be. All right, but things are going to be free access. You're going to be able to go through our streets and pick an apple, pick grapes, and you know what I'm saying. Just like even dealt with the time of dealing with Ruth. You know what I'm saying, when she went, who was it, Boaz? All right, to what do you say, to go glean. You know what I'm saying? They would leave, different wheat and all that, just for the poor to come and get the scraps and all that to eat, you know what I'm saying? And if they needed food and all that, you'd be able to go to a vineyard and go through the scraps,
get some grapes,
I got a little cluster here, you know what I'm saying? And that would be, our welfare system, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
But now you gotta go.
But now you gotta go through the trash.
The system, you gotta go through the system, and you gotta.
You can't even do that.
and Salaki, when I had my hand situation, I called it so I can get like some disability, and it's they said it's gonna take about 8 months to get. Bitch, I need it now. You know, I need the money. You know what I mean? Like that's the system. So you go through the system, and then they tell you you're gonna have to wait because everything takes forever, man.
Hold your peace out. Here they come.
I got a quick precept. This is a Proverbs 11, and I'm starting at 26. It says, "He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it." And that's exactly what this place produces. They were withholding corn. I'm about to let this pass real quick.
Yes.
You a grown ass man.
Yes.
Mad. You grown as like you a grown ass man. Like you every bit of 55.
They got 6 kids and shit, man.
Right.
Down the
Yeah, yeah.
Down this motherfuckers listening to
Yeah.
Money Bag Yellow shit, man. Listen to what's the bitch girl? City Girl?
Glorilla or Miss Miami or some shit.
Miss Miami?
Miami? I don't know her name, man.
Oh, here goes Florida and shit.
They out today, boy.
I'll read this again real quick. This is Proverbs 11. Read again. It says Proverbs 11 and 26. It says, "He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him." And that's exactly what Esau doing. He got more than enough to feed every single person. It shouldn't be no starving families. You know, they always gonna put it on the commercials though. So it's so many million children starving in America. Well, nigga, feed them. You got the power to do that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, why I got to send 33 cents a month to a nigga in Africa?
Yeah, you got the AB belly and shit all laid up.
right.
They send $17 now.
Right.
Oh,
Dang.
shit.
Yeah, you got the Adrian Broner stomach.
The whole time they
Sitting
not
on
even
the
sending the
mud.
money to
No,
them.
they keeping the money, but the kids still starving, bro.
And that's why they be like, you want to donate $1? Hell no. Because they pocketing all that shit, man. Them how them kids in Africa ain't seeing that shit.
They put them bony kids on that commercial, make it look like, oh man, you see it, you be like, damn, bro, I gotta do.
Yeah, he
No,
all
bro,
bloated
he
and
ain't get
shit.
shit, bro. He still starving, bro.
Little 5-year-old
Gave
nigga
him one
bloated.
bean. Hell no,
I'm saying?
man. You ain't getting nothing.
They gonna feed them that porridge and shit.
Max that shit too.
Right. Shit be all on their nose and shit.
Speaking of that point real quick, in the daily they send $10.4 million to Israel.
Oh, yeah.
In the daily, man.
What they done sent to Ukraine?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Or Drew Crane. Drew Price. That's what they really should be. 'Cause, you know, they in there too. You know
They
what I'm saying?
because those majority of them are smack hats, man. Yeah.
And then see that's how wicked Esau is, because it was this video. I gotta go into it again. It's like I don't want to change. You know, I'm gonna put it back to, but it was this. Damn, I forgot. It was this lady. She was like an ambassador for Ukraine for like a short moment of time, and then she was dealing with children or something like that. But pretty much in so many words, they started that war for many different reasons. But one big reason is because they was destroying the men, and then they would go there and take the children, and then and bring them to bring them to sell, so traffic them. You know what I'm saying? Just like your boy Trump, he exposed it. Not Trump, Putin. He exposed them. He said y'all over there trafficking little children. And that's exactly what they doing. They going destroying the families and taking the little children and raping them and eating them and all that shit. Esau's a wicked ass nigga. But just to finish this out, it says but blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth it. So the people that's withholding the corn and resources which Esau eat them, like I always say, this like thousands of billionaires, I believe, just in America, and they can end world hunger 7 times over, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. Of course, you're not gonna make every single person rich, but you can make every single person good enough. You can plant
At least fill their belly for the night.
fucking apple tree or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, and make sure everybody hungry. Right. But in the kingdom, that's what we, like you said, that's what we gonna do. We ain't gonna have, even if a heathen wants to be homeless, you know what? I'm just gonna go out and just live out in the woods. He gonna be good. He gonna walk past. There gonna be some watermelons and shit growing. He gonna be straight, man. You You know, he ain't gonna be what's shit called scrapping up fucking coins and shit, twos and fews, just to get just to get some bullshit W snacks and shit. You know?
Nah, that's real. Cause even being homeless here is a problem. They gonna tell you can't be here, you can't be here. Even if you fucking under an overpass in a stick somewhere, they gonna tell you gotta pack all this shit up and move. Take your tent.
That's
Like,
fucked
damn.
up, man. Can't even say the fucking
They
word.
started changing benches in YC
Yeah,
to where
they-
it's not comfortable to sleep.
Yeah,
Put the
yeah.
spikes on
Put
it
the
and
spikes
shit.
and shit.
Dividers.
Yeah.
There's all the people like that, man.
Yep.
He kind of look like, yeah.
But that's the devil for you, man. That's
Yeah.
this Edomite. And who's the majority of the homeless? Jake. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the homeless be Jake, man. You know what I'm saying?
It'll make you come to him. That's his main goal, to make you come to him. Make you come to him.
Oh, fuck the man. They don't care about them. They want, god damn. They want the woman and children. They want them to come to him, not Jake, because majority that served in the military, or even not even just that, just had a 20-year joint job. They homeless. Majority of people you see is men. You know, they want the women and children to come to them.
Yeah, because the women is gullible, and they'll have it set up to where, you know, women make it swear to me, like, man, where would I be without this? Where would I be without this band? Where would I be without this foundation? Where would I be without this? You know what I'm saying? Praising Esau for their small gain.
I got a
Because you got Section 8 and your food stamps. Shit blows.
I got a quick one, real quick. Brothers ain't got nothing.
Yeah, we hold a few.
All right, bet. I hope. Well,
Bring it up.
all right, bet. It's Isaiah. I always bring this out. Isaiah 30. Yep. Isaiah 30 at the top. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk, that's the point, that walk to go down in Egypt." All right, Egypt, you know, is modern day America. It says, "and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt." So, majority of people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Americans on this side, y'all trust in the shadow of Egypt, man, and that's gonna lead to your destruction.
Yep. But what Jake?
The eye for eye for movie.
What? Look it up. Yeah, it was like a friend. Yeah, all right, you can look that up. Bring that out. Ezekiel 25.
I got that first Thessalonians 2.
Okay.
Still hold this out right 10, 12.
What you got?
I'm still reading Obadiah.
Okay, you can scratch that.
All right. The phrase eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, means that a punishment must exactly fit the severity of the crime.
Woo! Beautiful. One more time.
The phrase an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth
We get that Revelation 13.
means that, I got that too, means that a punishment must exactly fit the severity of the crime.
Yep. One more time, Sloppy.
The phrase an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth means that a punishment must exactly fit the severity of the crime.
Right. The punishment must exactly fit the severity of the crime. And what was the crime that you committed by taking us into slavery, man? And not only that, because slavery's always been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But what did you do in that slavery, man? All right. You treated us like shit. Again, you killed us. You raped us. Raped men. All right. Children. Ripped babies up. You know.
Bug breaking.
All types
Oh,
of
no,
shit, man.
water,
Yeah,
water.
man. Like what man in his right mind would be like, man, I'm about to just fuck this big black guy in front of his whole family, man.
And
Just to make a statement.
pickle his you know what,
Yeah,
man.
castrate
Pickle.
him, you know, and again, man, you know, watch Goodbye Uncle Tom, watch Roots. You know how they was chiseling out motherfuckers' teeth, but they ain't want to eat the pork and slop and shit that you was feeding them and shit. You know, force feeding them and shit, man. That shit is wicked, man. You know, that shit is wicked. Again, that's what makes your slavery much more different, all right, and catastrophic. See, because again, you didn't just take us as slaves, you know what I'm saying, and how to work. You was on some other shit, man. For like again, why are you force feeding? You know what I'm saying? Force feeding niggas. You know, you like I say, taking a chisel, beating their teeth out. You know what I'm saying? That shit is man, bro.
Yeah.
You know? That shit is crazy.
Yeah, all right, bet. You on your P's and Q's right now, man.
But they got that Ezekiel 25. Bring that out real quick. Well, nah, bring out that Revelation 13 real quick.
Revelation 13 and verse 10, it says, he that leadeth into captivity.
Got it.
Revelation 13 and 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the
He
sword.
that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. What don't you people get concerning that scripture? All you motherfuckers who read Bibles, etc., and y'all ain't read that? What does that mean? All right, one more time on that, all right?
Revelation 13 and 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yep.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
All right, so these white folks put us into captivity, so now they're going to go into captivity. All right? The so-called white man had us in hardcore bondage. Now they're going to go into hardcore bondage, man. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, man. The punishment, all right, must be exactly or match the severity of the crime, man. Plain and simple. All right, but again, we're going to do it in righteousness. And again, you know, that's why we're going to, you know, like the scripture say, reap under her double. Because, you know, the hell and torment that you're going to be, you know, we're not going to go to certain extremes in the sense of raping you and all that shit, raping your woman. You know, well, I mean, you know, we're going to take you, you know, your woman, but, you know, not your wives and all that, you know, being wicked. You know, again, your slavery was comprised or made up out of bitterness that you had to the nation of Israel, man. All right, a long, deep-rooted hatred that goes back to Jacob and Esau, a perpetual hatred like the scriptures speak about. You see, this nasty and lewd acts, man. Real quick, when a brother get anything on slavery, like just, you know, some of the, you know, most heinous things, you know, that happened during slavery. Just, you know, whatever Jake could find. I'm just curious, because again, we say certain things, but it goes to further extremes, man. You know, the extremes go even further. All right. But J. Cole, what you got? You still got that Ezekiel? Well, matter of fact, bring that Thessalonians out real quick.
Yeah, I mean, Esau got a lot to pay for, man. Not just Esau, you other nations too. Like Ham, come on, man. Ham is smacked. All right, so they're gonna get a foot up their ass too. Elam, Ammon, Moab, they all you go through the scriptures. They all had a deal with bringing us down. That Psalms, the 83rd chapter, man. So of course, our chief is Esau, Edom, but y'all niggas gonna get it too. You know, don't think I made it. You know what I mean? You know, a nigga just get on a banana boat, yeah, and you're clear. No, now we're gonna hunt you down too, man. What you think this is?
Get that, Jeremiah 6:16.
Bet.
This is 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 1, in verse 6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yep, right, to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, man. All right? You look up that word recompense real quick. See, again, you know, you devils got a lot to pay for it. You will pay. You see, again, for all the shit that you did unto us, man, plain and simple. And then vocab can't stop it. All right, you elites can't stop it. Nobody can stop it, man, because it ultimately is written in stone, man. See, it's it's written, and stamped and approved by the Heavenly Father that He will recompense us, man. All right, He will avenge us, man. See, can we get that too in Revelation? It's a 19. You will avenge the prophets. What's the paraphrasing? It's a couple of them, I think. I got that word for you real quick. Yep.
It's a recompense in the blue letter. It says, in a bad sense, penalty, and vengeance to requite, recompense, render, repay.
Yep, to repay. All right, like the James Bag, James, I said James Bag, we said James Brown song, the big payback, you know? You got to get paid back for all the shit that you did to us, man. You see? And we're going to do it. Plain and simple. The Lord's going to use us as instruments to wreak havoc on you heathen, man. All right, it's going to be a lot of slaughter and bloodshed. All right, like the brother said, your children going to get it as well, according to the scriptures. All right, not that we're going to take means in our own hands to do these things, but we're going to do them via Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, because our God is a just God. All right, and he's fair. See, so it's only fair that he, you know, again, recompenses us, all right, for the shit that y'all have done. You know?
Yeah, I got a few lists. I ain't gonna read all of this. This is from consciousness.co or .com. I'm just gonna skip a little bit, but this one right here, it says, I'm just gonna summarize this long ass thing. Pretty much it said they put a chain around the mother's neck and their 6-year-old child into the child's neck and couldn't hold it. It's pretty much his flesh. Let me get to that point. It says that the chain was so painful around his mother's neck, but the real physical punishment came for the child whose sensitive flesh did not hold up to the grueling task of dragging around the chain. Slowly but surely, the child's flesh became battered and bloody as the heavy metal tore it apart. This was the mother's real punishment, witnessing her child experience incredible pain due to the chain wrapped around her own neck. And then
They got an image of that?
nah, it's they don't.
Yeah, Zaquan. Like, even with a dog, when a dog see like the baby can't hold itself no more, then the mom gets depressed and she just goes into a hole and just goes to the spirit world, so to speak. You know, that's how they treat us.
I'm gonna read just a couple more of the list. I ain't gonna read all this. It says mistress stomps and slays woman's head through her hose. It says enslaved woman forced to watch the beheading of her own child. And then it says Louisiana slave owner gorgeous hole in the slave man's stomach. And you know, it goes all on and on and on.
I got a couple too.
And you know they the way they packed them on the ship and stuff, all that
Anchovies and shit, man.
Oh man, bro.
Shit, you know.
Shitting on himself, throwing up and sick.
Dying.
You're dead.
Next to a dead corpse.
Imagine how that smelled.
Oof, man.
And it wasn't like they said you couldn't even sit up straight. It wasn't tall enough for most of the people to stand up in that thing.
Man,
Couldn't stand up at all.
Yeah, you used to get whooped for wanting to die. A lot of people were going to jump off of ships.
They
If they got caught, they put the nets up there so that you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So when they caught you trying to do it, they would bring you back on and whoop your ass for real. So a lot of people preferred death over living through that shit, man.
Yeah, honestly, if I was on the ship, man, I'm doing a front flip. I'm doing a front flip off the joint, man, off the diving board, so to speak. I'm doing a somersault, man.
You know, that go back into the debate I was telling y'all I was having earlier. Would you rather get killed real quick or would you rather get tortured? Kill me, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, bro. Make it make sense, man.
Hey, that's in the law too. They said, what to say,
better than dying and live
in the famine or
Oh yeah, in Lamentations, I believe it's in
Death by
Lamentations.
sword.
Yep.
I got one more thing. I'm just going to skip around. It says the atrocities of the infamous Madame Laria, if I'm pronouncing her name right. It says pretty much she was a Louisiana slave owner, and it says that what she was doing to the slaves was discussing even the other slave owners. This bitch was a demon. And so somebody wrote, it says, it's quote, 7 slaves more or less horribly mutilated were seen suspended by the neck with the limbs apparently separated and torn from one extremity to the other. The slaves were the property of the demon in the shape of a woman, the B wrote. Bitch was a damn demon, man.
Right, man, and damn, now that just gave me another aspect on it, like the demonic cults, the satanic cults, the shit that they had. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, fuck around, had Jake and pentagrams and shit.
Smack.
You know, sacrificing them and shit like that, bro. You know, not even just for labor, just for, you know, task matches and all that. shit like that. You know, using Jake for their leisure, man. All right, just to perform all type of wicked and lewd acts, man. See, and again, this is why this devil has to be destroyed. All right, to the point where this man is going to be wiped from, you know, wiped out as a nation.
I got a few real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, bro. Just, hey, brothers, look, find something new, bring it out. You know, it's
Push,
just gonna help
yeah.
further the point, man. Why this devil gotta go?
You got the regular things: whipping, mutilation, brandings. I see one here say Jake was smoked alive. Jake was getting cooked like
That nigga was in
briskets.
the grill.
Like, what the fuck? That's insane.
Yeah, they do Jake on the rotisserie.
You feel me? They got one that's called the Hog's Head.
Whoa.
It
Right,
says
they like they would mock us with the name. They had names for this shit. And it was like a game.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we gonna have games with you fucking Edomites.
Nigga,
Hitting the Edomite.
Yeah, the world's most dangerous game is played by people that's hunting other men.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we
And
gonna
that's crazy. They show you that shit in movies like what's the shit
Gamer,
called? The Purge.
Purge.
Jack, you remember that shit? They
Yeah,
had them
yeah.
just in the dark room and
Smack.
they had a mask on with the guns. And,
Hunger Games.
yeah,
Hunger
yep,
Games, yep.
You know, they play with Jake. Yeah, they fuck around, let niggas loose out in the field just for niggas to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sick dog on them.
Yeah, sick
Yeah,
dogs
sick a
on
dog.
them and shit. Sniff them out and shit. Then
Learn-
they kill them.
Learn their land navigation and
Yeah.
you know, get up on their their game, so to speak.
Yeah, even more sicker, they would have other Jake hunt Jake
Hunting
too.
too.
Like nigga Jakes and Gad Jake. You know, I forget what it's called. Damn, it's something they gave a term for Gad. But yeah, even niggas, sellout niggas chasing down Jake. Jake, man, that's even more cruel. Using your own people to chase you down.
And them niggas, Jake is athletic, so they can jump through shit. You know what I mean?
that's-
Crawl, hop the fence.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's,
Really get busy.
Like in Mandingo, that one scene where, you know, the nigga, man, what the fuck the boxer name? I always forget his fucking name. Not Sonny Liston.
Might as well.
Lewis?
Listen,
Joe Lewis.
Joe, that's not
He
happening.
played in drums, he played in Mandingo, but he was a boxer.
was it Jake?
Jake. But in the movie Mandingo, he would catch slaves and shit too. And the one Jake, you know, cursed him out. Was like, just know that you killed me, nigga. You sell you cursed him out. Ken Norton.
Oh, Ken Norton. Oh, yeah, okay.
He's like, just know that you killed me, nigga. You know, you had sellout Jakes and shit, man. Alright? Them niggas gotta die a horrible death, man. You a fucking traitor, man.
You talking about a name for God that they call when they go against us? I heard a new one this week. How they call Jake Uncle Tom, they call him Uncle Tomahawks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Real
Yeah,
quick on that Hog's Head joint, it says what they
bring
did
them out.
was they would take it's a large barrel, but they called it Hog's Head. They said a large barrel, and they would put hammer nails inside the sides of the barrel, and then put Jake inside of it, so the nails is poking in on the inside, and roll Jake down the hill.
Oh,
So then that bitch getting like how they do the chickens when they defeather them.
Yeah, they-
But this is with nails though, and they got Jake doing it, you know, in the barrel.
Damn.
And of course, they said
crazy.
suspended Jake beneath cooking fires, roasting Jake. Of course, selling public burnings. And I think you spoke about the chaining, where they chain them up and have them hanging.
Yeah.
They gotta put people in.
Just
The
just
public
burning.
hangings. That was like a
that's
serve.
light. That was like
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
like
It's
a
light,
Wednesday.
but it's It's like, hey, he saw in town hall going come out to see a Jake getting hung. You know, that was that was a light shit on
that
them, man.
Hog's Head shit sound crazy as fuck.
That was crazy.
And I believe too where Dallas, where they teach at, somebody was hung, you know, back in the day, right? Where they was teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, town hall.
Yeah.
The chief place of concourse. It was Jake's getting hung, man.
Yeah, so you devils gotta pay, man. You know, y'all got a lot of shit to pay for, bro. Again, the Lord's gonna recompense you for all that shit, bro. Damn, that shit's crazy.
That is crazy, though. That was
That's insane, bro. Shit like that we don't even fucking know about. You know what I'm saying?
There's a book called The Interesting Life of Equiano Aluda. he talks about torture devices and everything that they had on slave ships.
Really?
So if y'all ain't read that book,
You got any references or points in it?
you got what?
Any points in it? Like you got
Yeah,
any?
I'm the torture devices that was used on them ships from that book. Hold on. I just had it.
I got Isaiah 14:21 for you, just real quick.
And again, you know, these devils got to pay for all this shit, man. You devils ain't gonna get off free. All right.
All right, they got one called the Speculum Osiris, or the Force Feeder. It says the sharp closed blades were forced into the captive's mouth. The crew then turned a thumb screw to open the blades mechanically, prying the jaws apart by force, because they had to keep the more slaves they kept on the ship. It protected their investment, so they had to make sure that we reached
Yep.
the land, so they had to force feed.
Yeah,
Good point.
it was inventory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's cattle.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, you transporting goods, or say you transporting, you know, meat. You gotta, you know, make sure that meat get there safe. You gotta make sure the freezers work. You know what I'm saying? The cooling systems work and shit, so that your goods get to the destination, you know, whole. You may lose some on the way. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
But
how they was
that's
treating Jake, man.
insurance though. That's
Yeah.
where insurance jumps into the play.
Yeah.
You know, or a nigga jump off the ship, or a nigga get sick, or you know, shorty. Then
That was that
insurance.
much of shit, but that device was their insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Thumb screws.
I was just about to go into that one. You got it right there.
It says the captive's thumbs or toes were locked into the vise, and the screws were slowly turned until the bones and fingernails were completely crushed.
They use that as a method to get Jake to talk, to be in compliance. And they would do it so to the point where it would hit some extremities in there and their blood vessels and shit, and it would like shoot out blood.
What you mean? I mean YouTube and all that, yeah. Yeah. You got it, bro.
So that was like a deterrent for trying to commit suicide, because you know, if you try to jump off the ship and you get your ass, you're looking forward to more pain, not necessarily death.
That's what they did in the Slack. I'm sorry, brother. That's what they did in the slavery times when a Jake try to run away. You're gonna get more of an ass whooping.
Yeah.
That's why they try to turn on the jets, man.
That's why they cut off his foot. He tried to run or told me. He tried to run away and hacked his foot off. So he couldn't run. You got it. Scores anymore?
Something called leg bolts,
Fuck is that?
handcuffs, and shackles. It says iron restraints were the foundational torture mechanism used to keep the male captives helpless in the dark cargo hold. Heavy iron rings were clamped tightly around the wrist and ankles, connected by short, rigid bars or chains. The continuous rolling of the ship forced the rough iron grate against the captive's skin. This caused galling of the chains, which were deep, open sores that quickly became infected by the human waste covering the floor of the hold. They used to have something called open baths that he goes into in there, which was vats used for waste down there below the deck. Babies would fall in them. People with open wounds would fall in them. They wouldn't go down there cleaning that shit out. You was down there with it. So that would cause the air to be thick. You breathing in bullshit. You dying from life.
Again, and all you sellout niggas who hear these things and don't get an inkling of anger or wanting revenge, or, you know, to be avenged, hey man, the Lord got something for you, man. Alright, all you sellout niggas who for this Edomite, you're down for this Edomite, fuck that shit. We ain't coming in that spirit, man. Alright, we pray the Lord, you know, pay vengeance upon our enemies, man. Alright? You know? That shit is crazy, bro. Again, like I say, like you know, you just sit and ponder on these things. Like you on the fucking hot ass shit. It stink. Niggas coughing, throwing up, screaming, the whores, nigga dead next to you. Yo. Like you say, your skin rubbing, you feel me? Your back hurt, you know, splinters and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you down there with all that shit. And the brother brought up standing up down there. couldn't set it up, let alone they said it was tough to turn around, man. So you forget standing up. You can't even roll over.
Yeah, you can't be comfortable. And guess what? Them voyages did them take a long time, man. Yeah, it wasn't no goddamn carnival cruise.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't no goddamn carnival cruise, man. Them niggas was anchovied up, man. For months, man.
Yeah, and then you dealing with the force of nature, dealing with the waves.
Oh, the waves? You know them niggas, they try to.
Elbow hard as fuck,
Funny bone.
Yeah, funny bone beat.
Shit ain't funny, man.
That ain't, it's smack.
Just real quick, I know I'm saying a lot, but even nature is witness to it because even though the Apostle Kabar goes into it, sharks were following those ships, man.
Yeah.
Chewing up them dead bodies. They knew to follow them ships. They knew what was going on the ship.
Yeah, because shit, the blood and the shit and all that probably seeping through the cracks of the boat. And it, man.
Smell of blood. The smell of blood.
Smell
You
all
can
that.
smell blood. They got that irony smell.
That shit
Yeah, them niggas, I know they was in that joint just, you know what I mean? They knew what was popping.
I got a quick, just because how long does it take from, says the journey across the Atlantic Ocean known as the Middle Passage usually took 6 to 8 weeks, about 35 to 80 days. It says the longest trip was 3 to 6 months, 90 to 180 days. If the ship faced bad weather, winds, delays, or sailed all the way to North America. Yeah, that's a long ass time.
Long ass time. Man. Months. You know, months to 3 months. Yeah, stacked.
Man.
Just going through it, bro.
Don't feel wrong to us, you know what I'm saying? You trying to save up or some shit.
Work mode.
Yeah.
Where if we just got on a Greyhound, and you got a little bit of space. Just a few
Yeah, you
hours,
can
you like,
stretch your leg a little bit, you walk, step
Let
up.
alone being packed in that mud, bro, and you can't move.
You're going to a hot ass porta potty by yourself. You already ready to get out of there.
Well, you know what?
Door, you ready to get done.
Well, you know how a hot
Damn,
porta
it's like-
potty?
It's like a porta
That's
john.
what I started.
Those all the, I mean, those are the worst stacked up. Oh man, oh my goodness.
You would say porta
Tell me
potty,
about
because the
porta
smells
johns.
and shit, and it's small in there. Yeah.
You got more room than that than you do.
Yeah, you can little, you know what I mean?
You done
Struggle a
got
little bit.
arthritis within 6 weeks being in that fucking shit, man. You get out of there, damn, I can't even move.
Now you gotta be a
But
slave.
you gotta move.
Yeah,
Yeah, then you got
man, you gotta be a
gotta
slave.
you got to get up there
Get
on
your
that
ass whooped too. Get your ass whooped, and you gotta just be stuck in your can't.
Yeah, they
man,
gonna whip you.
bro.
Because you tried to escape, now you gotta lay on bare wood, splinter, like you said, splinters. And again, they reusing these boats. So, you know, it's just
Getting
Like
infections,
clockwork.
infections.
Your scabs peeling off,
Yeah.
rubbing up against the wood every time the shit waving and shit, man. Right.
Man, bro. And again, we're gonna see those doors, man, and be in remembrance. Like the brother made mention, the Lord's gonna put his spirit on us to remember those things, man. You know, we're gonna really see them. Like, you know, a movie can depict them and show us little things, but they don't get into the nitty gritty of how bad it really was, man. They can only show so much, or they have only shown so much. But again, you just sit and ponder on these things and speculate how, you know, intense these situations really was and how, you know, destructive this Edomite really was to us, man. Like I said, that hog head shit threw me for a
That was
loop.
crazy.
Like, God damn.
You step on the nail, you're like, oh shit, this
Right.
shit
I done
hurts.
had a nail through the foot. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine it's
Tendonitis
100 of
and
them,
shit.
and it's on your whole body. They stuff you in this barrel, and then they roll you down the hill.
And it
That's
don't,
insane.
and it don't kill you instantly. So you gotta endure that pain. Just be
You're
smacked.
trying to hold on to the nails and shit.
And then
Yeah,
guarantee
yeah,
you're not
trying
gonna
to-
go down there and get you out. So now you dying, trying to find your way out. You can't get out. They probably nailed the lid shut.
Yep.
Man, shit make you
That's
mad.
one of the worst. That's one of the worst.
That's
Like
crazy.
how you say it? A suffocation. I'll just say that. Like you just in it like packed like anchovies on a joint. You can't move. And me personally, that's one of the worst deaths. Or like drowning or something, you know. But that'll man. But Jake should be mad about that, man.
You rolling down the hill, you can't control it, and then
Might hit a
pull
nice
the eye out.
bump, jump in the air, and yeet. Oh man, that shit make you mad, bro.
So Ezekiel 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 12. It's thus saith the Lord Yahweh, be because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them.
Yep.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord
All
Yahweh.
because you was a weak ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got your birthright took, which ultimately the birthright was ours. But hey, you sold it. You know? He said he sold his birthright for one morsel of meat. You know what I'm saying? And all because of that, you know, this perpetual hatred was set in stone with generation to generation to generation. You know? You got it.
It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword.
Dealing with his land, all right, and his people. The Lord's going to have a mass slaughter in Edom. So, you know, that mass slaughter today is going to be here in Babylon the Great, man. All right, America. You got it. Yep. Then
It's-
Ezekiel 35.
In verse 14 it says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh.
One more time on that.
Beautiful.
Part, huh? He said he's going to use us. Can we get that to, what's that in Jeremiah? Was it 49? 52 or 49? That will make battle axe.
Battle axe.
Ezekiel 25 verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Right, I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Meaning we're going to be able to grab you motherfucking Edomites up, man. All right? All you white fuckers, man. You honkies, you crackers. You know? We're going to be able to grab you motherfuckers, man. And do what we need to do. Breaking fingers and limbs and all that. Through Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. You see? That's what we want. That's what I want. Man, the fuck? You know? That's real life, though. And again, you know what I'm saying? We're saying all these things and proclaiming all these things boldly, man. You know? In all seriousness, man. May the Lord come hastily that we may be avenged, man. And be able to wreak havoc on our oppressors, man, and upon those who have oppressed us and dealt with us treacherously, man. Again, hog's head, man. That shit is crazy, man. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put your ass in a hog's head and roll your ass down the fucking hill. See how you like it? Well, fucking Edomites.
They majority, maybe they got that from us. They got that from us. Because back in the olden age, the so-called dark ages, we had a lot of devices that fuck people up. You know, you put a Jake in something and then you start burning it. Man, they got all that stuff from us, man. You know.
I mean, that's for speculation.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But that's
again the way they dealt with us
in the dark ages.
We ain't doing all that raping and all that shit, man. You know?
Yeah, just like the scriptures say, they forwarded the affliction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They took everything and made it extreme.
Yeah.
You see? They took their blessing and sword and went even past that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's where all the other shit come into play. Chemical warfare and all that shit against our people. All these things, man. Even to this day.
Right, we ain't doing that shit. You know, poison in the air and shit. Right. Feeding baby Similac and chemicals and all that.
Shit.
You know, again, his wickedness is very, very deep rooted, man. It goes beyond even the physical shit that he has done. You know what I'm saying? You know?
That's Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. It says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms."
Right, for with thee will I break in pieces the nation. All right, again, the Lord's going to use us as instruments of war, man. Okay? To break up these nations. See, mangle them, strangle them. You know, do them how they did us, man. You know, again, man, they went overboard. You know, they went way overboard. You know, with the atrocities and shit they have committed. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, bro.
Oh no, that's good. Oh, I already got another precept. Yeah, and also, I mean, you were even just fucked up just touching the apple of the Lord's eye. I mean, you know. But it's Jeremiah 16, verse 16, what you wanted. It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Right, so you Edomites and all you other nations can't hide from the ass whooping that you about to get. All right, and you know, just dealing with the end times ultimately, you know, they're gonna be hiding in the bunkers and all that type of shit. You know, trying to, you know, escape the judgment. All right, but no, we're gonna hunt you. You know, now we're in the state of fishermen, just like when Yahweh Shai came and gathered his disciples. You know, or you know, in particular was it Peter and Andrew. All right, you know, they, you know, fishermen. You say I make you make you a fisher of men. All right, and like I said, and now in our state, you know, here in Babylon, the great being prophets, we are fishers. We're here to fish. All right, we keep getting all these black power signs, so we're not fucking black power. Yeah. Full power to the people, face at it. Dreads through.
Smack.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, again, you know, we are fishers. But now, in due time, once the Lord gives us spiritual power, etc., we're going to be hunters, man. We're going to hunt you Edomites, hunt you white folks, man. See, all you other nations, again, you know, not only Esau, but all the nations, man, going to get it.
Did Jake read Isaiah 13?
No.
No, it's Jake on the comment board. I'll read it real quick. Isaiah 13:11. It says, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible."
The terrible, you saw either.
That's Bob.
They got that Ezekiel 35.
Okay.
Start at the top.
Okay.
Where we at on time?
Going to 80 minutes. This is a
Yeah, we bring a few more out and start closing up a little bit.
I got it.
For Ezekiel 35.
all right. This is Ezekiel, chapter 35 at the top. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it,
Yep.
and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord,
That's
Behold."
what we're doing. We're setting our face against Mount Seir. All right. Who are the inhabitants of Mount Seir? Esau, Edom. All right. And like you said, prophesy against it. You got it.
It says, "Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Yep.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord."
Which prophetically is speaking about Babylon. All right. The great, which is America. You got it.
Verse 4, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual
Right. Because
hatred."
ultimately, the ancient land of Mount Seir today is still habitable.
Yeah.
All right. See, you got it.
"And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end."
Right, again, like you said, he forwarded the affliction, man. All right, he went overboard, you know. Of course, yeah, we know the Lord used the nations to be our whooping stick, granted, all right. But again, this Edomite went overboard. Like I said, like, what in your right, what would make a man in his right mind, you know, rape another man, all right, for a show of force. And again, like the brother may mention, this man's wickedness is so far deep rooted. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? How he systematically, you know, make ghettos. You know, those ghettos make criminals. Those criminals go to prison. That prison is an oppression in itself, to where it turns men into sodomites. Like it's like when you look at how, like I said, how deep rooted it is, it's crazy. How systematically this man still has us oppression, man.
Yeah,
All right.
Because people look at us as a people now and be like, "You niggas is fucked up. You niggas doing this to yourself." Granted, we are, but how did we get to this point? It's because of Esau. They systematically set us up to be this way, and it worked.
Yeah,
The systems that they put in place for us to become the niggas we are, it worked. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while it's us, fuck them niggas, man. They did this to us, man.
Yeah, you put an Edomite in one of the tenements, man, and see how they turn out, man. They got mobile homes and shit, man. Look how they turn out. They these Edomites are on they're the biggest ones on drugs. They on meth and that's just crazy, man. If I touch, because if you touch it, I believe you can kind of die from it, right? Fentanyl. Like you touch it, it's just you're done.
And that's crazy too, because like you said, they the biggest one on drugs, they the biggest one on welfare, and they the biggest one to do the crime. But what's the face of that? Jake. You know what I'm saying? And going back to Jake, it's so many laws. Even I just looked up swimming, like why did Jake can't swim? And they even I'm gonna make a video on it. They pretty much going into Jim Crow laws, how they was Jake couldn't really have access to pools, and then even during slavery they would have certain Jake. They wouldn't allow Jake to swim. You know what I'm saying? Some would, but not just a few. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything is just back to this nigga, bro. And of course, you know, Jake today, 2/3 of Israel, they're stupid because they biting the bait pretty much. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But thanks be to the Lord, we finally raising up. We rising up, and nah, we ain't applying ourselves to this shit no more. Right, we ain't gonna what it say lean on the pressure. You know, we turn it back to Yahweh Shmi Ashai.
You know, they can hold that Isaiah 10 for the elders.
Yeah, the stereotypes we hold now is because of this cracker, man. That's where this shit came from.
All right, so here it is. You captured us, put us on, like, let's look at the timeline. You captured us, all right? Some of you Hamites and even other of our own people sold us to you, you motherfuckers. Brought us over here. Just think about we already explained the journey on how we got here. The boats, the feces and the pain and suffering it took to get here. We get here, put us enslaved, enslave us, work us to death, force feed us. We do something wrong, you throw us in hog heads and shit. All right, you sell us to horses. You know, take our spread. Separates our limbs, castrate us. Can't forget that either. Castration.
Gator bait.
You know what I'm saying? Gator bait. You know what I'm saying? See, raping men. All right? This is the track record, the history of what the nation of Edom has done to the nation of Israel, man. In a span of what? 300-400 odd years, man. You know, so to speak. You see? All right? And that's on the southern tribe. That's just the southern tribe.
Yeah. That was crazy. That's a long list right there.
That's just the southern tribes.
My southern brothers right there.
You know, hey, the northern tribes. This is for Columbus. When he came over here and did. All right, how he was doing the northern tribes, man. Like the brother man made the Trail of Tears, so on and so forth, man. Wars he had with Gad. You know?
Yeah,
watch the movie.
Taking the shit back, taking the land that they're supposed to be there.
You watch.
Push us. Way Midwest, man.
King Leopold in the Congo.
Yep.
Mexico. What's it? Mexico, they kicking Mexicans out.
Mexican America.
They own, like, I think Southern America.
Yeah.
And I think that they even stole fucking chocolate from was it the Aztecs or the Mayans or somebody. They made chocolate and Esau came in there and stole the fucking idea or some shit. Niggas are evil, man.
Yeah. Going even further, like I said, dealing with the northern tribe. Like we was just on one tribe. Or one set of the tribes.
One piece of the stick, man.
Yeah, northern tribes got their whole ordeal too. You know, and they were captives as well. Because you watch the movie Goodbye Over Time, they had the Gadite women and shit, in the cage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, like I said, this wickedness and this hatred is deep rooted, and it's going to be recompensed in due time, man. All right, so you watch the movie fucking Apocalypto. You know what I'm saying? At the end you see, Columbus and all the what people call the pilgrims and all that shit.
Yeah.
They start rolling up and shit. They start looking like, oh shit, all right.
And that's why you want to make a real quick point. That's why they tuck Gad, Gad in particular, they tucked them away. They got the reserves, but it's federal funded, so they're on the reserves, but it's on a so-called government land. But they are, man. You look, man. They drinking. They're going crazy. They're killing. But nobody's talking about that. They're drinking, rubbing alcohol to get drunk. And you got it's a casino. They got a casino which is ran by a $5 Edom, a $5 Indian, man.
Who married in the family.
Yeah, or just it's just an Edomite.
And they know that shit.
Yeah.
You know, even this with Mexico, niggas think, oh, see, Mexican ain't our people. They got a whole country.
Oh
You think
yeah.
a little Mexican is running fucking Mexico? No, man.
Oh.
That's some motherfucking rich Edomites and all them who married into certain families. You know, put on the face as a fucking Mexican, so to speak, or look a little, look like them. So you know what I'm saying?
A little territory. They got their
You know
territories.
what I'm saying? But all that shit is owned by Esau, man. You know, Jews, man. Small hats, they own all that shit. You know, they make little, like I said, marrying the families and do all that shit. But they know ultimately that stock goes back to Edom. That stock goes back to a white man. He may look a little tannish or whatever, but he's really an Edomite. They know that shit. You know?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I hate an Edomite. Well, I don't give a shit, man. That says I'm a $5. I'm a Cherokee. I'm Cherokee. I'm from the tropics. Nigga, shut up. You're a $5 Indian, man. All right, man. You descend from Esau, Edom, man. You don't have the traces of Jake, man. The northern tribes, southern tribes. You are gone, man. Hell, even the Hamites, man. You ain't them.
So like, This is the first, I think, female president. So in Mexico, her name is Claudia Sheinbaum, whatever, fuck, some Spanish name. It says the Mexican, whatever, she's the president. It says she is the first woman and the first person with Jewish heritage to hold the office.
Come on, man. Exactly. So again, motherfuckers, see, Mexicans, no, they ain't Israelites. They got a whole country.
They got a whole
no, they
country.
not. It's owned by a small hat. Dumbass.
Yep. And then look at this map too. Look at how much land Mexico used to have.
Oh, they
Look
have
at
the
all
whole
that.
South.
That's a lot of fucking land, and now they got a little island down there.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Make it make sense, like my man always say, man.
So again, bro, like you Edomites got a lot of shit to pay for, man. On both ends. Dealing with the southern tribes and the northern tribes.
So tell me this ain't no. I got to the elder Monica. Look at that nose, man. That's the president. That bitch.
Oh, yeah, that bitch
she
got
that
She
big
got a hook
piece in it.
nose, man.
Dr. Doofus spurt.
Yeah. Seen
Let
it?
me see. Yeah, and that's like a leaning sideways, but that ain't even
That's a
all the
Jerry
way-
Seinfeld joint, man.
Right.
She got the Big Daddy Kane.
Nah, the Humpty Hump.
The Humpty Hump dude, yeah. Got
They
that
slick look like a Goro.
Yeah, they slick in doing that. Because once they hear Mexican, they think that lady is Mexican until you go into details like that.
Yeah.
That movie, The Killers of Flower Moon, y'all see that?
Nah,
You know
I
the
haven't seen
captain?
it, bro. That shit going on. They gotta watch that.
But what they did was they put God on the land that they thought was worthless. But then when they found black gold on it, they tried to go and marry into it. And a lot of them succeeded. They married into it to try to get it inherited to them. And then just speaking about the reserves, when they first came over here and got God, when they touched the pen, because they didn't sign their signature. They called it touching the pen. So when God would touch the pen, that's what they held as a signature. So it was to put them on reserves. So that meant all the land outside of the reserves were unoccupied. So that felt like that gave them the green light to go ahead and take the rest of it.
But that was the whole thing of Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson, and his whole tour of his presidency was to take Gad and Reuben, the northern tribes, and move them west. And they sure did. I mean, you know what I mean? But like I said, that's the horrific ordeals that Jake went through. Southern and northern tribes, man. Of course, it's through all wrongdoing.
Yeah, man, I wish I could find this fucking movie, man. Older film, not too old, but man, it was about Gad and how they was putting them on crosses and burning them and shit. Cause they with a lot of things they was doing with the northern tribes was trying to force their religion on them, like Christianity and shit.
Cut their hair,
You know what I'm saying? Cut
cut
hair,
their beards.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, bro. But there's this one movie, man. They was fucking Gad up, man. Just hanging them on crosses, burning them alive. Then they had this one where they was trying to have them bow down to Mother Mary or some shit. They had the Mother Mary statue in the corner. He was refusing to bow down to the god. And they was just burning his feet, you know what I'm saying, with the logs and shit, man. Torturing him to bow down, to accept Mother Mary as his god, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the fuck. That Catholic shit.
That Catholicism.
That's Catholicism, yep. So they was trying to convert that and, you know, all that shit, bro, doing all types of shit to them, man.
Man,
You know?
Look at you trying now.
yeah,
They love that shit.
man, bro, they got the beads, they got the joints with the candles. Bro, like I said, man, yeah, bro said, man, Esau got so much to pay for, man, because I am starting to get pissed off, but you just, yeah, and they got the joint in Brazil,
Big ass.
I thought, yeah, Jeebus, yeah, and we ate that shit all the way up, man. Not me personally, but you know, like I said, our brothers, man. Yeah, so there's a lot to pay for, man. They stuffed that shit down, and that's why I said, like I said, going back to the reservations, it's controlled. All right, they can control that. Like,
Maybe.
That's a spirit. I think I seen, where was that? It's somewhere in Columbus. I seen what's that shit called? Like a trailer park.
mobile home, a mobile park.
With Ishikar and shit. I'm like, I found it somewhere.
Probably in Delaware. That's
Yeah,
one that's
somewhere.
right close to it, but
So they got one right in the hood, right on 17th. It's a trailer court. It was hella
is correct. Yeah, I used to work
right
down
on
there.
17th, right by the cemetery. I know.
Yep. Yeah, man. I mean, they tuck Jake in, man. They tuck Gad in. That's the only reason. And now everything's being found out with the northern tribes, Gad. Now, because they're digging up burial sites in Canada. Yeah.
In schools over there.
Yeah, the schools. Yep.
Bones and shit.
Oh, damn! I did a lesson on that a long time ago, but they got schools to what you just said. Cut their beards off, cut their face off, and cut their hair and make them in tune to them. They had schools to do that, man. I remember. I forget the lesson a long time ago, but I remember the history of it. But that's Esau.
Large burial site.
Yeah, in Canada, Northern America.
This is Deuteronomy 25 and verse 17. It says, remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not the Most High.
Right, so again, I believe, what's the account? Yeah, Exodus 17 maybe?
Sir. Yep. You guys from the GMS.
Yeah, but I believe the account, it may be, was it Exodus 17? I think that account is that scripture pointing to maybe Exodus 17. But, yeah, bro, like you said, when we was coming out of Egypt, they, like you said, they smitten the hindmost of us and all that, the feeble amongst us, etc. So it was a law, written to remember Amalek. All right, remember what this man has done to you, man. And I was then. How much more now? Oof. All right. Remember these things, man. See, the thing is, a lot of Jake, they forget these things, man.
He says, therefore, verse 19, therefore it shall be, when Yahweh thy power have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, and the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it.
Yep. Right. Thou shalt blot out the. Read that part one more time.
That just gave me a little chills. That gave me chills, man.
It says that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it.
Yep, thou shalt not forget it, man. Again, we ain't forget, man. All right, what you did then, all right, and the ancient time, so to speak, and what you're doing now, and what you have done in the recent centuries that just passed, man. Okay, so we're gonna call it that, man. May the Heavenly Father come hastily, all right, and avenge us, man, upon his, upon his whore, all right, and wreak vengeance, man. For our sakes, Abaratazam, So with that, gonna give all glory and praises to
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakwadash.
All right, double honor, sorry, beloved elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom to those elect. Shalom to all the Christians, truth and sincerity. Say shalom in the Bible ball.
A Bible